This is my video journal. It's not intended to be advice or guidance. I'm just expressing what I'm thinking and feeling in the present moment. And I've had another key realization. That's what these journals are all about. Hey, sharing insights, sharing new understanding as it emerges in the present moment. But also sometimes it's not new. Sometimes it's just clearer, like a deeper, more, like I'm just actually able to articulate it better sometimes. And then I really want to share it again. Like I want to share something that maybe I've tried to talk about before, but it just didn't quite come through. But the thing today is like focusing on what you're doing and forgetting about what you'll want to get out of it. Like focusing on your values and focusing on like what you want to contribute and focusing on the steps that you want to take and completely letting go of like outcomes and rewards and like everything that you're trying to get out of things. And I guess there's something here that I really want to share, but it sounds like something that you've already heard before. It's like camouflaged. And I guess that's the interesting thing. I feel like it was camouflaged even to myself. Like it was in plain sight, but I just wasn't getting it. So like that's why I challenged myself to sit down and record and like try to articulate it. Because the thing is, I wasted so much energy trying to figure out how to do it, how to get there, how to get the thing to happen, or how to get it to work, or how to get more money, or how to get the result, and you know, how to even get more subscribers on YouTube, how to get more followers on Instagram, how to get whatever you're trying to get, focusing on all of that stuff, when you really don't need to be in that analytical place so much. You definitely don't need to try to be more analytical and try to figure out more stuff because we're so programmed to think that way. The thing that actually I find I do need to try to do is to stop doing that and just move back into a creative place without any expectations or without any analysis, where like it's so simple. All you need to do is like the thing that you're doing in the present moment. Like if you're taking cool pictures, like all you need to do is take more pictures, like take thousands more. And instead, like that's a really good example. You could get in a place where you're a photographer and you take amazing photographs and then you end up spending like 10 times more physical hours, like actual time, trying to figure out Instagram and trying to figure out how to get more followers on Instagram, when the essence of your work, like the thing that people are actually coming to see is your amazing photographs. And you get jaded and you lose your spark and your emotional charge, and you just go into this analytical place and it's just not alive anymore. And then your photos actually get worse and like you lose the magic. So just like pushing that aside and like, no, I don't want to be analyzing everything. I just want to play. I just want to take more photos, and I'm going to do that. Like make sure that you're creating more time to do what you want to do. Same with like the journaling. If I start thinking about like, what are the videos that I really need to make? Like, or what do I need to do to get my channel to grow? And I get stuck in that analysis, like this needy place that's like, you know, how attractive is it when somebody really like wants your attention or like wants you to like them and be into them? Like it's just almost repulsive. But like if I'm just chilling, I'm just playing, I'm just doing my thing, other people are like, I want to just chill and just play and just do my thing. It's just like whatever you have to offer the world, you're already doing it, and then you kind of forget about it and you get caught up in, you know, all of the matrix side of things, the programs and the expectations and the analysis. So how do we keep reminding ourselves to just be here and do what we do? How do we detach from the outcome completely? And then crazy thing happens when you detach from the outcome completely. You actually forget that there's rewards on the horizon, that there's outcomes on the horizon. And with all that extra energy that you're not wasting fantasizing about this amazing outcome that you're going to generate, you're actually reinvesting all of that extra energy into being creative again and being yourself more, and you're actually generating more outcomes, but it's automatic. Like, you don't need to be present for that, like in that way. Like, you don't need to be present analyzing the process. You just got to be the process. And then before you know it, these things start to show up, these outcomes, and it's like a surprise. It's like a bonus. It's just like, oh, I forgot that I was doing a thing. Like, I'm just being myself, I'm being creative, I'm taking thousands of photos or whatever the thing is that you love. And turns out, yeah, there's rewards for that. There's outcomes that are generated from just developing my abilities and my skills and doing more of what I love and achieving mastery in a field, for example. So maybe you can see what I mean by it's kind of like camouflaged, because it just sounds like stuff that you've all heard before, stuff that I've heard before. But it's one of those insights that when it lands, it frees up so much space inside of you that interestingly enough, which is my point that I'm trying to make, the results are fucking exponentially incredible. Because, like, obsessing over the analysis and the results takes lots of energy and lots of time and lots of awareness. And, you know, maybe you don't even notice. Like, sometimes I don't notice that I'm getting slowly sucked into that lens, that perspective, that way of being with my creativity. And it's invisible. Like, you don't realize how much you're sabotaging yourself and sacrificing all of your creativity and getting jaded and losing your spark and your magic and your emotional charge until you actually get away from it and start to play again. And I guess one of the tricks that we play on ourselves is saying, like, I'm being creative about how I make this work. But it's a slippery slope, like. And I think the best antidote for losing yourself to the analysis and the striving for the outcome or the result is simplicity. So just getting really clear about the thing that it is that you want to do. And for me, it's communication, public speaking, articulating my thoughts and feelings accurately as they emerge. Like, that's the key thing. Like, I just want to be able to think it, articulate it, like verbalize, like fluidly, like everything that comes into my awareness without, like, you know, getting stopped in my tracks or having to go away and think about it and come back. Like, I'm really practicing to get into that flow. But, like, it could be the photography example, and the thing that you need to do is just take more photos and just stay to that commitment. And if you can have, like, if you can see that you're taking less photos, you know that you're not on track. And if I see that I'm not journaling, I know that I'm not on track and I'm getting distracted by things that don't matter, because I've decided that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to develop. These are the skills and the abilities that I want to have, and I'm not going to have them if I don't continue to practice. And it's really a process of just making the outcomes and the results secondary. Not even secondary, making them null and void. Like, you no longer think about them at all, and everything, like I said, just becomes a bonus or like a surprise. And if you start making money from your passion, that's just cool. Or if, like, in all these different areas of life. You're not looking for the outcome. You're just doing what you want to do, being who you want to be. And it's like, I think that's the part that's camouflaged, because it's so simple. These insights that are so simple. Like, of course, just be who you want to be. Do what you want to do what you love. And it's even like one of those ones where we've got like not only do we not really hear it or not really receive it, and we kind of think we already know it, but we also have like these unconscious objections to it. We're like, easy for you to say, like, I can't just do what I want to do. I can't be who I want to be. And we've got like this unconscious, like automatic response that says, not me. Like, I can't do that. I can't just take more photos. Like, I need to figure out this Instagram thing first. I need to get 10,000 followers on Instagram first before I can be a real photographer. There's no point me even having a camera until I'm a famous photographer. It doesn't work like that. There's no point me even making journals until I have 100,000 subscribers. Imagine I said that. None of this would exist. Oh, it's so funny. We just got to do what we do. And the thing is as well, like, it's a relatively new possibility for like everyone on the planet to be, like, really just about anyone on the planet can find a way to do what they want to do and be who they want to be. Like, I know there's like inequality and there's real poverty and there's like barriers in place and all of those things, but it's not an excuse like for privileged people to say like, yeah, anyone could do it, but like, we know, and we've seen a lot of examples of people who have come, like, I'm probably kind of, I want to claim that, like, because I've been homeless twice and I've been through all these things, and still managed to like travel around the world making films and do what I want to do. But people have come from like way more hectic backgrounds and gone through more fire and flames than I could even ever imagine, and they've come and now they be who they want to be and they do what they want to do, and then they're telling you this same thing that I'm telling you right now. This thing that I'm saying is kind of camouflaged, like, all you need to do is do it. Like, I remember I had that insight really young in life. Like, when I first saw like a motivational speaker on stage, I was like a teenager, and I was like, that's what I want to do. But I also remember like I ignored it because of those objections. I'm like, you can't just do that. How do you even do that? Where do you start? Like, how do you get to be that? And I kind of automatically just like wrote that off. Like, it's like, you can't just like be a motivational speaker. Like, it's evolved now. Like, this is more like my thing. I don't want to get up and be like, you can do it, and like giving people false hope, and like kind of what like that was back then. But it was my first taste of like, I would just love to like move a room like that. I would love to make people feel things and get people inspired and empowered, you know? But yeah, I remember like on the one hand being like, that's exactly what I want to do, and on the other hand, like immediately disqualifying myself. And like, it took years and years and years before I eventually said, you know what, I want to do this. And then I had to deal with the realization that I'm really bad at communication and public speaking, and I have had all this anxiety. I couldn't even talk to my friends clearly, let alone like a stranger, like one stranger or a room full of people. Now I've done all of that stuff. I've spoken at huge events, like I've even like organized and been like facilitating an event and then spoken at it, and then like been making video content while I'm doing all of that, and you know, like just stuff that you could never imagine until you take that first step and you go like, okay, what's the thing that I want to do? Like, learn how to communicate really clearly and be like a public speaker. Okay, well, you're gonna have to begin somewhere, and I just started recording myself. That was my way of doing it. So once you can come up with something that is like a concrete thing that you know that you can, like, you know, if you're doing it, then you're succeeding, and if you're not doing it, you're failing, and you make it that simple, and it's not about a result or an outcome. I think that's a way through it, a way to really do what you really want to do, a way to be who you really want to be, or begin to be who you want to be and begin to do what you want to do. Maybe that's the little secret that's not quite landing for people. Like, you can't just go, boom, I'm the best motivational speaker in the world today. but you can like start speaking. You can't go, boom, I'm the best photographer in the world. I just got employed by a multinational corporation and my photos are going to be on billboards all over the world. No, but you can start taking photos. Like, whatever your thing is. Boom, I have like a garden that has like botanical gardens that I run that has like every kind of plant that you could ever imagine. No, but you could start cultivating a small garden in your backyard, you know, like just start playing with the pieces that are available and trust that the rest of the things that you need will show up. The kinds of people will show up that need to tell you the next steps. You don't need to know the steps. You don't need to know the path that leads you to your destination. You just need to take the first step and the rest shows up. That's that inner guidance system thing that I've been talking about again. Just start. Please just start. Talking to my past self again. Just start, man. Get it going. Don't wait any longer. If anybody else got anything out of this video, click the like button for me. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description below. Something down there might be able to help you get started.